Hello and welcome to this week's edition of the Hockey House. You may know it from the popular hockey website, thehockeyhouse.net. I'm Steve Ellis.
I'm Brendan Saunders.
And Brandon, guess what?
I'm going to summon our next ghost test giant Dazu.
We're actually going to play Yu-Gi-Oh, but later today, probably.
It's time to Hockey House.
There should be a hockey card game. Anyways, we got a great guest today. I met him at the World Cup of Hockey. Please welcome Hunter Crowther, and you do a lot, don't you?
Yeah, I do quite a bit. Yeah, I work for.
No, I was like, what do you do?
Well, currently right now in my last year of Humber College's journalism program.
Country team.
It's pretty good. Basketball too, and volleyball.
And
He just cross country.
Really? What do you do?
Olympics 2020. That's the rumor.
Oh, that's the goal.
But yeah, they have an amazing team. My God, they're like legendary.
Anyways.
Not bad. So yeah, final year of that, and then but right now I also manage and edit a hockey website called the Hockey Guys, which focuses on the game any level, professionally, amateur, a lot of junior hockey raiders. Great content that we post every single day. Check it out, thehockeyguys.net.
You should write for them.
Love it. Yeah, do it. It's awesome.
So the reason we brought you on is to ask you who your favorite Latvian third liners.
Favorite Latvian third liners?
Yeah.
Off the top of my head. Oof, that's a tough one. Does Ted Nolan still coach?
Yeah, could he
does
come
not.
out of retirement?
Is he done?
He is done.
What's he doing now?
He is, I don't know.
Being the last man
Not
on earth
coaching,
named
no.
Ted.
Does he just watch Jordan play?
He's like, hey,
Is that why Jordan is Jordan
fun for
is
me.
Jordan Nolan the new Gregory Campbell? He's just in the league.
It's like, hey guys, you're there.
Yeah.
Nice. Anyways, we actually brought you on to talk a lot of NHL stuff today.
Beautiful.
So we want to start off with a team that I've already mentioned their name wrong a few times. It is the Las Vegas Golden Knights, or I think they're just referred to as the Vegas Golden Knights.
Vegas, yeah.
So I want both of your opinions. First, I'll start with you, Brendan. What's your thought on the name and their logo, and not the fact the team exists?
Oh, okay. Well, the team's terrible. It shouldn't be there. I'm stopped watching hockey as soon as I come. But the name is the name's kind of awful. Doesn't roll. It's not a name that it's I know they couldn't do the Knights because I guess London is the Knights and they'd never get away with that. But I hate Las Vegas as a team. It's a terrible place to play hockey. The logo, it stinks. So does the team name. Golden Knights, they might as well have called them the Golden Shark Boys.
And you.
I have no idea how to respond to that. No, they seem like a pretty good team. I mean, the name's okay. Vegas Golden Knights. I don't think they want to be called Las Vegas. I think they're just scared of people going, oh, Las Vegas. And I think people are lazy anyway.
Lost. You just lost.
Oh, God.
You guys lost the team already.
Do you know how many lame newspaper headlines are going to come from the Lost Vegas?
Yeah,
it's terrible. It's going to be the next year, get ready to enjoy just normal sports reporting. It's going to be awful headlines forever. But I don't know, Golden Knights. They wanted to do Black Knights because the owner of the team, Foley, he's from Army.
Yep.
It's the college, so yeah, they're the Army Black Knights. But
the Golden Knights is actually getting investigated as a potential
oh my
trademark
goodness
name. It's by another Army organization. I'm not totally sure.
Gosh.
I'm a big fan of the logo. I think the logo is actually really good. Sorry, Brendan.
The whole team stinks.
Is it a logo or is it some other term?
No, it's called the Yankee Doodle.
The Yankee Doodle. Okay.
On their tuxedo.
Yankee Doodle.
Yeah, that's what the logo is. And I really like the logo. I think it looks pretty sharp. It's a good design, and the team name. I'm a stickler for creative names. Brendan and I, we've played on teams like the Pitcairn Island Pickles, the Zimbabwe Pancakes,
Helsinki Winkies.
the Helsinki Winkies. So you see, those are creative names. You don't see hockey teams with those names.
Not bad.
To see the Knights, well, you got the London Knights, London Junior Knights.
You have the Oakville Knights who play blue.
Yeah. If you want to talk about house league teams, I don't think they're really that concerned about that team.
What? They were blue.
But I like something creative. When I see junior teams are the same names as other teams,
not
it's
just
lame,
a million Tigers.
It's safe. That's what it is. If anything, it's just it's safe. There's nothing risky about it. There's nothing exciting. It's just the Vegas Golden Knights. But I do like the colors. I think that I am really excited for the jersey design. As much as people they're hating on it a little bit, I think there's a lot of potential.
I'm excited. So the colors are it's gold and black and white.
Kind of deserty, sort of, yeah.
I like the idea of some really cool goalie pads. And
that's true too.
And a bunch of Sarnia Sting goalies should just go there.
Yeah, Aiden Hughes is just hey, I weigh the most in the OHL. I'm gonna play with Vegas.
Well, guys like Taylor Dupuis, Charlie Graham, some of those guys.
Oh yeah.
Now they're the goalies for Ryerson's team.
Yeah, well, Charlie Graham has. If you ever look up his pads, man, Don Mills had great pads. Sarnia had great pads.
Hamilton.
Yeah, Belleville had great pads, man. That guy had great pads. He has the pads that match him. It's good.
The Belleville Bulls will be almost like a design I really like to kind of see again. But yeah, you know what? We'll see how it goes. Of course, the team's gonna suck for a few years, which is kind of why they're gonna be called the Lost Vegas Kings or Golden Knights. Yeah. Anyways, when we're gonna go to a break, we come back. We're gonna talk about Toronto Maple Leafs. Welcome back to the Hockey House. You're here with me, Brendan, and Hunter. We're going to talk about a team we've never talked about in the world, the Toronto Maple Leafs.
But first, Hunter has a beard.
Yes.
No, we've had people on the show with beards before.
Yeah.
And no hair.
Yes.
We've had bald people on the show too. Jamie Nugabar, cool guy, OJHL. So we're going to talk about the Toronto Maple Leafs. And so we've talked about it a few times on the show.
Yes.
And every time we talked about them, they've been pretty bad. And they've been on a bad stretch. Right now, I think we're seeing the best hockey that they've had. Would you agree?
This is, the more I think about this team, this is probably the most fun that it's been for Leaf fans in a while. And not just in terms of...
that's not saying much.
No, and yeah, that's exactly. Like, it's been decades of just awfulness. Like, at least in my lifetime, I've thought about, like, the highlights of the Leafs have been, what, like, a conference final run to Carolina? Like, really, they've never had a great run. They've never had a league star, and now you've got, like, 3 exciting rookies and,
the
like,
most exciting.
Yeah, their young guys right now are incredible. The fact that Marner's tied for the team lead in points, like, there's no way he's going back to junior at this stage. Like, everything about this team right now, it's fun. There's something fresh about it. You know, even when they went on the playoffs and lost against Boston going into that series, it was like, but it's not sustainable. And you just knew it was going to collapse and something bad would happen. But now there's hope. It's weird. It's awkward. I don't get it.
It's different, yeah.
I don't like it almost. It feels better when the Leafs suck, but now there's hope.
Which, yeah.
It's weird.
It is a weird thing, because, like, you know, when you grow up in the area, seeing the Leafs be bad, and it's all like, oh, let's just make the playoffs. That'd be great. Or,
you just get used to it.
Woo, let's get excited over guys like Mason Raymond and John Cole and stuff like that. And it's just, the team's been a joke for 2 years. Lee
Stepniak, you know, just the list of guys who came in and were mediocre.
Yeah, just there.
Brought nothing.
Like, the Leafs alumni list is pretty long.
Oh, my
goodness. The fact that Jesse Gare's playing in the alumni games now is quite strange. Anyways, Brendan, I know you have some thoughts about the Leafs.
I do. I do?
Go.
I do. Okay, well, you know, they're doing good, and they have a young team, and like we said a long time ago, Mitch Marner was going to be a good player. I think he'll be the best player in that draft. I like how he developed. Mark Hunter did a great job with drafting. I think he's done a great job. Their whole organization, he should probably be their GM, and let's just name the town after Mark Hunter. It's going to be the Mark Hunter Maple Leafs. Although, I think what they do have to clean up is they only score on the power play. And this is the problem they had with Phil Kessel. That the guy, he only scored in the power play. That was their team. That was what they built their team around, scoring on the power play.
Playing drums here?
Yes, I am. Ding,
anyways.
But, and that's what they have to change, because teams who score on the power play, it's good and dandy, and you do well in the regular season, but they're on, like the Leafs especially, they're only scoring on the power play, and they're on for goals. The defense is terrible. Goaltending has been better, but at the same time,
it's definitely improved.
It's improved from our last talk about it when it was god-awful.
Well, like Anderson was like batting, like a 5 goals against average.
Yeah, it was not good. But yeah, the defense is horrible. The goalie's a little better, but I wouldn't say he's at the caliber he should be. Forwards are not great at coming back. The centers need to clean up what they're doing, because right now center, I don't know what mantra came in the NHL. I guess the same one as the NHL offensive defenseman. When the center's like, yeah, being a center means winning faceoffs. So you have to come back to it. What? No, I'm not. I'm Steven Stamkos. No, but they do have to clean that up. Scoring on the power play is good. Being a power play specialist, like we saw Connor Garland and Junior be a power play specialist. But you do have to work on scoring on even strength, because we've seen in the playoffs, power plays don't come as, you know,
often, yeah.
Yeah, refs are more candid about hits. People get hit more. So they do have to clean up that. But other than that, they are playing well enough. At the same time, they're in a position where they're not in a playoff spot right now. But that would be my advice to them. Fire Brendan Shanahan, of course. But also get Eric Lindros out of the Hall of Fame. But also get Cam Neely out of the Hall of Fame. But also that they have to score on even strength. Because if they don't score on even strength, it's a big problem.
I do want to ask you. We both agree the defense is pretty poor on the Leafs. Would you agree?
I'd say it's poor, but I think there's a lot more promise than people give it credit for. Obviously, when you think of the Leafs, sometimes Polak is just almost like a lug. He's just around. And Marincin, I find that sometimes numbers support him, but when it comes to the eye test, there are times where I'm like, man, he just got burned. He looks bad.
He got burned.
Like, bad.
Your mama. Ooh, burned.
Okay. That was
anyway, but honestly, like Riley has taken some really big steps that I've been really impressed with. I think that he is going to be a top defenseman in this league at some point. I know. Jake Gardner, another guy that's always been lambasted by Leafs Nation. And the last guy is Zaitsev. I think he's been incredible this year, and I honestly think that he's the future of this blue line.
I do agree. Quick question, one-word answer. Are the Leafs actually good?
Ish.
All right. Anyways, that's it for the Leafs talk. When we come back, we're going to talk about how to improve scoring in the NHL. Welcome back to the Hockey House. Brendan, what time is it right now?
I'm wearing that shirt.
That's true, but what time is it right now?
It's time for summer vacation. It's our hockey house. The dot is a puck. The rest is a net. There's something rising from the table. It could be the tuxedo thread jersey sweater thing of the week. It is.
This is the my Estonia jersey tuxedo sweater, whatever you want to call it. Threads. We don't have an official name for it. Yeah. So Estonia, actually one of our crew members, Mariano, got me this. So thank you again very much, Mariano. It's got number 12. There's no significance, I guess, to the number, but
it's only $12 if you buy now.
Just call Brendan's cell phone he doesn't have.
Hello.
All right. We've talked about this before, Brendan. We've talked about how to improve scoring in the NHL. I want to get Hunter's take, but we will start off with a couple ideas.
Okay.
One, should the goalies get smaller pads? I'll add a thing as a guy who's been playing goalie, and I know you've played goalie. You know what? The goalies will adapt. They've been able to adapt to every goalie or every change they've ever had, and these goalies are fast. They're quick. They're strong. I think they would have no problem adapting to it. And what are your thoughts on that?
It's adapt or die. Didn't Brad Pitt say that in Moneyball or something? Where you evolve, you know. And goaltenders, they're so athletic now, and the amount of training that the modern pro athlete has, as if you couldn't make the pads smaller, because you look at some of the guys, they look like they're on steroids.
Rick DiPietro.
DiPietro was the prime example. Oh my God, Ryan Miller. Like, these are guys who just have like thick pads. Lundqvist for years relied on it. Yeah, Biron. And then now I really appreciate the goaltenders who they keep it short. They just they look small, and it's because they rely on their athleticism. Bernier was a guy like that, and
Vasilevsky, I think.
Yeah.
Who else? I really like. Guys like Jonathan Quick and Corey Crawford, I don't think would be affected. They're really athletic goalies. So maybe the lighter pads, the smaller pads, would be a better addition. Now, the pads are getting made lighter in general, too. Lundqvist and I believe Mike Condon Condon did, but those guys had the lightest pads in the league with the special Bauer ones. And you know what? I think the lighter pad would make it kind of interesting. Would you agree that pads should get smaller?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, I think.
Well, should we say just the pads, or should we talk about the chest protector?
Oh, yeah, no.
Chest protector, I think, for sure.
I think, yeah, chest protector, I think it has to get smaller in general, because you can't really, I know people were saying Martin Brodeur is a great goalie, but you can't really have the conversation that he's better than Terry Sawchuk.
Okay, but at the same time, his equipment was much smaller than a lot of goalies these days.
But bigger than back in the day when you had guys like Terry Sawchuk playing. And you can't say that, you can't have a conversation, these guys are the greatest goalies of all time, because they do rely a lot on their equipment and a lot of their pads. They don't even use their stick anymore.
But the style game has also gotten a lot different, so, you know.
I don't know how many of these guys would actually be playing if they didn't have to wear a mask. But no, I absolutely do think it has to be smaller. I know we talked about last year the net's getting a little bigger, and I wouldn't mind if they say both posts and the crossbar got maybe half an inch bigger.
Well, that's what I want to ask. Would you increase that? If you had to do one of those two, what would you rather do?
Yeah, I'd do both.
What if you had to do one?
Oh, if I had to do one, I'd say the smaller equipment, because I want to see our goalies. Like, people are like, oh yeah, goalies are athletic. They do this. They can juggle while playing the basketball and dancing. But even an inch, if NHL shooters get an inch, it's a goal. So no, I absolutely want to see smaller.
The one thing is we're talking about the adapt or die thing. These are the best goalies in the world. These are the best athletes at their position.
Of course.
They're going to be able to adapt, no problem. A guy like a house league goalie, or even I think it'd be really questionable for a junior goalie when in your prime years of your development, you're still trying to get to the best. When you get smaller equipment, all of a sudden you have to adjust your style that you've been used to. Because remember, a lot of these young guys have grown up on these big pads, while the older goalies in the NHL may not have. So seeing a guy like a good junior goalie, Aiden Hill, for example, have to go to smaller equipment, well, that could make it a lot harder, I think, for them to learn. At the same time, you know what? Yeah, these goalies, I think, are good enough to adapt.
And it starts too with grassroots movements, where you institute it at an early age, where maybe not so early, but when they're playing minor midget, or before they make that jump to an amateur team, get them used to smaller equipment, get them used to having, to force yourself to rely on your athleticism and be a better goaltender. Don't be looking like a transformer, and then when you get drafted.
Goalies in disguise.
Exactly. Oh man, there's your sequel. But what I don't understand, make these kids adapt to smaller equipment. Don't have them have this culture shock where they go into the OHL and all of a sudden it's 6 inches smaller and they're getting lit up for a save percentage under 9.
Yeah, basically I think you have to do it at a AAA level to start, because even if you're doing it at minor bantam or something like that. You give them a couple years before they get to the OHL or the WHL, whatever that, and they've got the practice. I do want to move on from the goal equipment a bit. I would kind of want to talk about the idea of 2-minute power plays. And we've seen that in ball hockey. We've seen that in like other divisions of hockey where they do 2-minute power plays, the full power plays, as opposed to just until someone scores. I think that could be interesting because that really, like, you know what? Yeah, you allow 1 goal against, but 2 goals against would be worse, or 3 goals against, and like that really penalized the team, and that also could. The thing is, which I think Brendan may allude to, I think that could decrease the amount of hitting because players will stop taking as much risk. Would you agree?
You know, it'd be hard because it'd depend on the ref. It'd depend on a lot of that. I don't think the 2-minute penalty, because it's a minor. Like, it's a minor, have it be a minor, have it be a small infraction. It's not like he's going for his head. He's not cutting off his limbs. He's not stealing his mother's chocolate chip cookies. So let it be a minor. 1 goal, I think, is enough. I think 2-minute power play, I don't think it needs to. I think where it's at right now is fine. I think it's been like that for the history of hockey. And I think it's okay because it's just a minor. It's not, he hasn't.
Like a tripping, yeah. So that's the thing. Like, is a tripping worth really losing a game over?
Possibly 3 goals, depending on if you're the least power
Like in the
play.
first or second period.
No, it's true. So I think it's fine as it is right now, which is weird because it's the NHL, and the NHL is garbage right now. But I think that score and then power play's done is fine.
Okay.
My take on it is, wasn't it originally a full 2 minutes, and it was the Maurice Rucker-Richard, like, Habs that would score like 4 or 5 goals in the power play, and that's what made the league go, okay, we can't have this anymore. The league's desperate for goals. Fans want to see goals. They don't want to watch a pitcher's duel that goes to 2-1. They don't want to watch some lazy game end in a meaningless shootout. I'd rather see.
I've covered so many 0-0 games.
I know, and it's tough. Like, honestly, I love the NHL. It's great hockey, but how many times do you watch like a nothing middle of the season game where both teams aren't really slugging it out and it just goes to overtime and it's like 2-1? The fans want goals. They want scoring, and when it comes to getting more goals, that's just one minor thing that they could do with power plays. That the NHL, too, is such an old boys club where they don't want to break tradition. It's similar to baseball in that sense, where they're very slow to adapt. And so make it a 2-minute power play, make it full, and punish them, because it is a penalty. I know it's a minor penalty, but if you're so desperate for goals, then, you know, what's wrong with that? But I think the only time fans will actually complain is when it's in the playoffs and there's a minute left or something like that, and all of a sudden down 1 turns into up 1.
So yeah, I do have to agree on that one, which maybe you do change the rule for the playoffs, which you can, because they do change some of the rules. The one thing is, I think we could also start that one at a grassroots level too. We've seen AHL be a really good place to develop this stuff. Maybe the ECHL can get tied into it. I know the WHF kind of won't care for that, but stuff like that. You know, again, my sole opinion is, you know what, the full 2 minute is interesting, and that's what makes a 5-minute major penalty kind of devastating to a team. And I guess that doesn't happen that much. Anyways, thank you very much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
It was great.
Cool.
Hey, yeah!
Awesome.
High-fiving!
Hey.
Alrighty, we're going to go to break. When we come back, Brendan and I are going to do his favorite segment, the CHL Roundup. See you soon. Welcome back to the Hockey House. I think our guest decided he wanted to go watch some Latvian hockey, so...
All of our guests do this. I pray them, they show up, and then they all become Dragon Ball Z fans and join Latvia's hockey team.
No idea where he went, but oh well. But anyways, so what's your favorite segment?
The part where I say about toast. Rye like butter and honey maple too, but watch out too much, I'll have to go to Christmas parties.
The CHL Roundup.
Oh my God, I
All
almost
right,
forgot. CHL Roundup.
3, 2, 1, action.
Okay, so since I started the WHL 2 weeks ago, I started the QMJHL 1 week ago, so I'm going to start in the OHL. I know you guys were thinking, what? The Super Series never starts there. Well, guess what? It just did. Okay, so my team of the week, we actually talked about them for a brief moment. They're the London Knights. I know everyone's like, London Knights, they're always good. Come on, London Knights. But actually, the London Knights actually leaped over Erie. So I'm very happy about that because I was a London fan before I became a Guelph fan, but also Erie is doing fantastic. So I'm almost going to talk about a player from them too. But no, London's doing great. Cliff Pooh, Harrison's cousin Max Jones, is doing really, really well. I like Ian Blacker. I know he doesn't make it in the lineup every day, but they have a good team. Evan Bouchard, Rob Thomas, who he ran into everywhere.
Yeah, seems to never play, but he's a good player too.
He's doing quite well, actually. He's a point-per-game guy. Sam Militic, who's a 15th round pick, left the team last year, came back. He's doing quite well. Okay, so to my QMJHL. My QMJHL team of the week. I mentioned them last week. I mentioned them losing 11-10, but it's the Halifax Mooseheads. Now, the Halifax Mooseheads, They have some really, really good offense. We talked about Nico Hischier. We talked about a guy I can't name because he's actually one of my other players, but he has 47 points in 26 games, so I'll mention him later. But they're a really exciting team to watch, especially going to next year because that player that's unnameable is actually a 97. He's not drafted. He can come back as an overager, which would be really exciting. Nico Hischier is a 99. They've got Benoit Gru's son, Benoit Olivier Gru, who's very good.
Totally different person.
First overall pick and the second overall pick, McIsaac, really good players. Halifax, next 2 years after that are going to be very, very exciting to watch. Now, to go to my WHL.
Halifax has never really died since the McKinnon era.
No, it's true. They just had one. That's the good teams. They only have 1 year of rebuilding. Sometimes you're like
London.
London had like 1 year of rebuilding. They came 8th. They made the playoffs.
Okay.
And they got Max Domi.
The rebuilding years, they actually had a really good year.
Yeah, it was pretty good. So WHL, my team of the week is the Madison Hat Tigers. I've talked about them before, and you're like, hey, you talked about them in week 2. Yeah, well, I'm talking about them again. So yeah, they have a fantastic team. Chad Butcher is doing really well for his overage year. Steve Owner's doing really well. Mark Russell's doing a really good season, actually, surprisingly good season. They have a couple of imports. Some Americans are doing really well. So Madison Hat Tigers are really, really well. Now, my OHL player of the week. So actually, my player of the week is actually younger than my prospect of the week, but because he's not draft eligible, I'm going to put him in my player of the week. So his name's Brady Hins from I think he's from around Seaforth, Ontario, but former Huron-Perth Laker. He's a rookie. He's a third-round pick, and Sarnia's been notorious on getting really good players in later rounds. I know we saw Jordan Kyrou do that. I guess it's Jordan Kyrou's 2014. They picked him in the second round. We saw Reed Boucher be a pretty good player for Sarnia, but no, Sarnia is pretty good with this. And Hintz is doing really, really well. They didn't have a first-round pick because Tyler Weiss or the Don Mills Flyers didn't commit to them. He committed to the USHL, but no, he's a really good player. 15 points in 23 games in his rookie season, which is unbelievably hard to do when you're playing guys who are 4 years to 2 years, 3 years older. But yeah, he's my player of the week. No, my QMJHL player of the week. Who's it going to be? I don't know. How about Detroit prospect Adam Marsh? 4 points, 4 games, +5. Wow, St. John, you really shouldn't have got rid of him for absolutely nothing. But no, he's doing really well. He came back from injury. He's playing on Valdor, which I'm actually happy about because the ice time is very valuable for a prospect who I think is actually a really good 7th-round pick.
Yep.
I liked him in his draft year, and now he's a prospect. Okay, so my WHL player of the week.
Oh, like there's no logo there.
Nothing? Absolutely nothing?
Anyway.
Okay, so my player of the week is Nikita. Now, this guy Nikita Papagenov. Okay, Papagenov. He's actually, so he's got 37 points in 25 games, plays on the Moose Jaw Warriors. I know I mentioned them last week, but no, he's off to a really good start. Possible first-round pick of in the NHL, 25 to 30 kind of range, but no, really good player. I'd like people to go, hey, it's Nikita Papagenov. Okay, so now my OHL prospect of the week is Austin Keating. Let's see, did he make the Ivan Lincoln team? No, he didn't make the Ivan Lincoln team.
I want to say, which minor midget team?
Guelph. Actually, we saw him play against the Marlies playing a year up. And when Guelph made that huge, out of nowhere leap. But no, he's a point-a-game guy. He has to work at his plus-minus. He's -6 on Ottawa. Ottawa's not a very good team. But no, he has to work on that. But he's 26 points, 26 games. Wow, point per game. Didn't make the Ivan Lincoln team. Well, great job, Canada. And they lost. Okay, so my QMJHL, my prospect of the week is, are you ready? It's that unnamed player, Maxime Forte. Yeah, Maxime Forte. Yay, he's a 97. He's actually a year younger than us. But he's still draft eligible. 47 points, 26 games, +9. Really, really good player for Halifax. So, I mean, if you're looking at a guy, maybe a later, like an Adam Brooks kind of thing from last year in Toronto, now, he is definitely a guy to look at. He's pretty good. Okay, so now I'm going back to Moose Jaw for my WHL. It's Jet Wu, really good player. He's a 2000, but man, he's a good defenseman. Him and Luke Burzon, who I mentioned last week, they're going to build their team around. They are really good players.
Cool. Next week, we're going to be talking about one of your favorite things, Canada's World Junior roster. You have a lot to complain about.
It infuriates me.
Anyways, that's all we have for today. Don't forget to visit thehockeyhost.net for all episodes of the TV show. And make sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter. I'm Stephen Ellis.
Oh, yeah, Brendan Saunders.
And Brendan, we're going to go watch some Latvian hockey. Thanks for watching.